This was actually going to be a regular text blog, but kind of decided against that, and I was kind of thinking, you know what, screw it, I'll just make a video. Uh, Been getting some emails, and I got a comment on one of my previous videos regarding I don't see why any gay guy would want to try to be Christian. Uh, and even my own family, how can you be Christian and gay? And I figured I'd just try to take a little bit of my time and try to explain how I've come to the conclusion that I can be gay and can be Christian at the same time. In case you're wondering why I'm wearing white and weird bright background at 0400, it's because I'm at work. For the longest time, I believed the lie that you couldn't be Christian and you couldn't be gay at the same time. But as I've come to mature and grow into my own self, both sexually, physically, emotionally, psychologically, I've come to realize that it's just a bunch of narrow-minded people that believe that lie. And because these narrow-minded people, they're putting out a bad name for what it really means to be Christian, and are basically turning a lot of people away from it. For example, my best bud is heterosexual, about as straight as they come, and yet he believes in God, considers himself Christian, but is turning from organized religion because of the fact that they're narrow-minded. Now, I'm not hating against y'all, I'm not trying to be anti-organized religion, but I'm just saying, you know, whenever there's people involved, there is going to be corruption, you know. There's no perfect human. So if you have imperfect beings controlling a organization, that organization is going to be imperfect. Furthermore, consider this. Who was it that really killed Jesus? Was it the people he came for? The liars, the sinners, the prostitutes, those who were down on their luck, those who did not understand God as he was back then? Or was it the Pharisees and the Jews and the other organized religions? You know, certain Christians might want to use the whole family values angle when they want to exclude gay people. Consider this. My family is your standard, traditional, charismatic Catholic family. I was raised Catholic. I'm a cradle Catholic. I admit to it. I even studied theology for several years and went to pre-formation classes and applied to several seminaries in the area. But since coming out, my family has turned their back on me. They don't consider me Catholic anymore. They don't consider me Christian. And they say I'm making the biggest mistake of my life. For what? Is that how Christ would want his followers to maintain their families? Because one family member disagrees with the majority of the family to kick him out? It doesn't sound very Christ-like to me. I find it very ironic that, on the other hand, my partner Sean is agnostic, yet shows many more Christian values and virtues than my own family, who professes to be Catholic. or in the case of my sister, Christian. It's very ironic that an agnostic would be more Christian than a quote-unquote Christian family. Even his whole family is more Christian than mine. They have the decency to treat not only me, but other people with the respect that they deserve. Now, at this point, you may be asking yourself why I consider myself Christian when my family is so hypocritical when it comes to being Christian. I choose to be Christian because to be a Christian, it means to follow Christ's teachings. It doesn't mean I must go to church every single Sunday and spend X amount of time on my knees. It just means follow his teachings. And that's all I do. I follow Christ's teachings. I believe in what he says. And because of that, I consider myself Christian. And yes, I am very much gay, but that comes second. You know, I am myself as a person foremost, and a gay person second. I don't base my whole life on being gay. X amount of time on my knees